Cardi, para Univisión, algo rápido que nos quieras contar. Para Univisión.
Feeling pretty good?
Cardi, can you please sign?
¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo te
Cardi,
fue el
please
día de
sign?
hoy? ¿Cómo te fue?
Yeah.
That one is cool, right?
Good to see you. You're awesome.
Party,
¿Cómo está todo?
tus fans están aquí apoyándote.
Follow them. You know why I don't follow them? I'm gonna tell y'all why I don't follow them. They had said something about me and I like responded to them, and then you know what they told me? I hope your daughter gonna grow up to be a hoe like you. They said that about my
Get married and still get cheated on. Y'all think, oh, marriage is a privilege. People are married right now and are getting cheated on right now. People get married and have double lives. What are y'all talking about? Y'all think marriage is so, oh my God. I'd rather be single than to be married to someone that's cheating on me. Like, y'all have this perspective of life. It's so effed up. People are married right now and are very unhappy. Like, I'd rather be single and explore life than to be married and be miserable and someone is cheating on me. Y'all think, but you're married and get alimony. What the do you think I give a fuck about alimony? I want a faithful husband.
For y'all, because I know y'all like to tussle, but we all saw what we saw when Cardi walked out the courtroom, right? In that white outfit, we all saw the same thing. Now, the question is, whose is it? That is the real gag.
The question sounded simple, are you pregnant? But when it's asked outside a courthouse, after a week that already set the internet on fire, it turns into a spark in a room full of gasoline. Cardi B didn't just brush it off. She snapped, and the clip did numbers. And that's where the story really begins, not with a baby bump, but with a fuse that refused to go out. If you like fast, no filler breakdowns with real receipts and zero fluff, tap subscribe and keep watching, because the last twist flips the whole timeline. September 2nd, 2025. A jury says Cardi B isn't liable in a civil lawsuit tied to a 2018 doctor's visit, a day the world only learned about when she was secretly expecting her first child. She walks out victorious, loud and unbothered. The verdict isn't just a legal line, it's a timeline reset. Suddenly, everyone's back to watching her every step, every outfit, every expression. And when she celebrated with a defiant dance online, the timeline did what it does best, clipped, captioned, dissected. That party energy bled right into the newest round of whispers. If she's moving like that, is there more to the story? But that wasn't the whole story. Rewind a bit. Long before the verdict, the rumor mill had already strapped in. Late 2024, the name Stefon started popping up next to Cardi's like a duet nobody expected. No declarations, no press statements, just those blurry club cameos, a few winks on social, and fans connecting dots like detectives who live on screenshots. By May, dots weren't needed. Courtside seats. The camera finds them. Hands, grins, and the kind of chemistry you can see without a caption. That was the soft launch turned hard confirm. No interview required. And Diggs? New city, new playbook. He'd moved from Buffalo to Houston in 2024, a shift that rewrites routines and circles. It made the sightings feel less random and a lot more inevitable. Still, the timeline had questions, and the biggest one was about to arrive from a different direction. Enter Lord Giselle, Instagram magnet, headline generator, and, according to a web full of blogs, an alleged mother to a newborn with Diggs. Not confirmed, not denied, just floating in that hot space where rumors thrive. She went public about something uglier than gossip. Strangers weaponizing comments against her baby. That clip hit hard because it cut through the celebrity haze. This wasn't a coy caption or a beach selfie. It was a mother saying, "Leave my child out of it." But the rumor economy doesn't clock out. Posts kept claiming Diggs welcomed a baby with Giselle while seeing Cardi, and timelines did what timelines do, saying allegedly once, then treating it like gospel. No birth certificates, no acknowledgements from either camp. Just angles, timestamps, and compare the nose comments under IG slideshows. If you live on the Explore page, you saw it. If you blinked, someone DM'd it. And if you thought that was messy, the next wave added history. There's no way to tell this story without the name that's been there from the beginning. Offset isn't just an ex. He's a walking archive of shared music, kids, and chaos. The legal paperwork says divorce, the headlines say estranged, but the comments say 1,000 other things depending on the day you checked. The clean facts sit on one shelf, the smoke signals sit on another, deactivated accounts, sub-bars that not mine tone whenever fans try to drag him into paternity bait. It's theater, but it's also fatigue, his and hers. And every new post feels like a replay of an old fight that never really ended. So when Cardi got peppered with a pregnancy question tied to Offset and Diggs on the courthouse steps, the flashpoint made perfect sense. It wasn't just rude. It reopened a door the verdict had just slammed shut. And then an old character walked back on stage. If the internet has a narrator, sometimes it's a streamer with a mic and a million ears. DJ Academics threw gasoline on the narrative with a claim. Text between Cardi and Diggs back when her marriage was still in the picture. It's the kind of allegation that's tailor-made for clips. Salacious, screenshot-friendly, impossible to verify publicly. Cardi called the rumor circus insane. That didn't slow it down. Because in 2025, a rumor doesn't need proof, it only needs momentum. And if you're keeping score, that puts three energies in the same arena. Cardi redefining her life, Diggs moving like a star who knows the camera is on, and a chorus of voices insisting they know what happened behind locked screens. But even as the noise rose, there was one quiet fact the rumor mill couldn't twist. Stefon Diggs has one publicly known child, Nova, with Tyler Marie. That's on paper. Everything else around his love life? That's where the internet turns into a funhouse mirror. Fans say he's a heartbreaker. Blogs say he's a headline. The truth is simple and inconvenient. Unless someone confirms it, it's a story, not a statement. So when three different timelines, Cardi's, Giselle's, and Diggs, overlap, the safest answer is also the least satisfying. We don't know. Not officially. Not yet. Still, the culture loves a pattern, and every new post felt like another sticky note on a wall that already had too many pins. Win a case, start a rumor, that's the exchange rate now. Within hours of the verdict, breakup chatter bubbled, the kind built on microscopic social signals most people would never notice in their own lives. Did someone quietly mute comments? Did a caption lose its heart emoji? Did a story vanish a few hours early? In 2025, silence is a statement, and the algorithm rewards anyone willing to read tea leaves like court documents. Then came the digital body language. Fans combed through grids and highlights like archivists. If a throwback clip features a certain watch, a certain seat at a certain arena, it gets new life. A repost becomes a referendum. A lyric becomes a verdict. The question wasn't just, are they together? It was, what does today's posting style mean? And that's where things get slippery, because people in real relationships have real off days. They also have PR days. And sometimes they have no days at all, because their phones are on the nightstand and they're choosing peace over posting. Of course, one comment can reverse a week of panic. A short, public line from Diggs, neutral on its face, supportive if you squint, set off another round of rewinds. Was it a check-in? A clap back to breakup talk? A nod that said, we're good? No one knows, but the timing mattered. In the rumor economy, timestamps are currency. Post anything within 48 hours of a headline, and the crowd assumes it's a response, even if you just like the photo. What muddies the water most is how modern couples manage the feed. Some go fully private and let the gossip rot. Others leave a breadcrumb trail, just enough interaction to calm their base without giving away their plans. And then there's the chess move, withholding on purpose, letting speculation overheat until even bored scrollers can't look away. That's not just romance, it's strategy. Theories split into camps. Camp A, they cooled off, no drama, just life. Camp B, they're together but allergic to public pressure, so the feed goes quiet when things get intense. Camp C, they know exactly how much oxygen the story has, and they're letting it breathe just enough to keep interest high without handing the internet anything concrete to break apart. There's a practical layer too. Careers like theirs come with schedules, games, rehearsals, travel. Off days don't sync. Time zones don't care about narratives. You can be solid and still miss a post. You can be in love and still skip a courtside cameo. And when a verdict just put your name back into every headline, going low-key might be less about distance and more about damage control. The stakes? Huge. For Cardi, every move is measured against past chapters people won't let die. For Diggs, a public relationship rides shotgun with a public career, and both fan bases play referee. The safest truth is also the cleanest, unless one of them says, it's over or we're all in. Everything else is projection in designer fonts. So where do we land? Somewhere between a whisper and a press release. The breakup talk is loud, the breadcrumbs are faint, and the only constant is how quickly the story flips when a single comment drops. And that's the point. The narrative changes at the speed of a notification. But if you think the internet is the problem, wait till you see the mirror we're all holding up in the final act. This saga isn't really about a yes/no question. It's about how fast we sprint toward answers we can't possibly have. It's about IG stories treated like signed affidavits. It's about who gets called messy and who gets called mysterious, depending on which face you like more. Cardi just beat a giant claim and walked out like she paid cash for peace. Then one question, are you pregnant? Reminded her that peace doesn't trend. So here's the uncomfortable truth. Until someone posts a birth announcement, a sonogram, a statement, everything is speculation. Some of it plausible, some of it reckless, all of it profitable. Which is why you'll keep seeing allegedly, reportedly, sources say, and 1,000 recycled synonyms for we don't know. But if there's one thing that is certain, it's this. Cardi's not done being a headline. Diggs knows how to live in the spotlight, and the internet will keep refreshing until it finds a new angle. The next post could confirm, deny, or flip the script. And when it drops, you'll hear it first from the same place that made this story bigger than it had to be, us. Maybe the question isn't, is she pregnant? Maybe the question is why a victory of that size, beating a case that hovered over her since her first baby, lasted exactly one news cycle before we went back to decoding her body like it owed us a disclosure. In a world built on clicks, a rumor is a product. And right now, business is booming. Who do you think's gonna be the next person in the limelight? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to get the latest celebrity news and updates. I'll see y'all on the next one.